Especially
like
with.
Oh,
Go ahead.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
go.
Go ahead.
No.
I'll go.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Teenager therapy, because we have problems too.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Teenage Therapy. I'm Gael.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Isaac.
I'm Mark.
And welcome back to the podcast. We're back for another episode. Good. We just finished filming a YouTube video, which by the time you're hearing this, it should be out if I edit it quick enough. We have a YouTube channel, Teenage Therapy, if you didn't know. We uploaded our first video 2 weeks ago. Or was it 1 week?
It was 1 week.
1 week.
I remember it was 1 week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was last week. So, if you want to see us, Teenage Therapy on YouTube. Anyways, today's episode, we wanted to talk about school because school season, oh wow, there's my accent. School season has started. Which means everyone's going back to school, entering high school, freshmen becoming sophomores becoming juniors becoming seniors. Whew, that is tough. So there's a lot of stress that comes with that and becoming a junior. We were sophomores when we started this. We got 1 year left. 1 year left.
What do you mean 1 year left?
Till senior year, high school.
Oh, yeah.
So how has the school been so far now that we have time to actually start getting more work and stuff? How is it?
Honestly, it's tiring.
Yeah.
Like every day I'm just like out of energy.
After school?
Yeah.
You just want to nap?
Especially after school.
Yeah, I've been taking a nap so much like the past week.
It takes a lot for me to just not take a nap.
Like I tell myself I'm not gonna do the same thing, and I just wake up like at 8.
No, 8 is too late for me. I have to wake up at like 6.
Wow,
So I have to take a
I
nap
can't-
at like
I can't
4.
stop myself.
Like on
Sorry.
Monday, I think I fell asleep at like 3:30. I woke up at like 6,
Wow.
and I was like, oh.
What time do you sleep?
So that's where the time went. I slept the day before. I'm pretty sure I slept at like 12 or something. That's now like my bedtime.
Really?
Yeah, usually at like 12.
You wake up like at 6, right?
Yeah.
6 hours of sleep.
6 hours. That's why you're so tired.
But yesterday I fell asleep at 11.
Wow.
Did you feel better?
Nice.
No,
Not really. She was pretty
Just
tired
as
today.
Tired,
Same thing.
Just as tired.
Wow, that sucks, dude. I've been feeling that way a lot, dude. Because my last period of the day is tennis, so I play tennis, and then after that, I'm supposed to go to the gym, and I just can't. Like, I have no motivation to walk to the gym and then walk home. It's
Tennis
just,
is your gym.
I know. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do, and it's hard. I don't know how I did it last year. Last year, I even used to do it 5 days a week. So every day after school, I'd go to the gym, but this year, I just can't motivate myself to do it. I missed 2 days, which is a record. It's not too bad, but I just thought it was interesting how tired I got every time. My legs were done for, and then I would get home, I would eat, and then the biggest urge to sleep kicks in.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Same. No, especially when I turn on the AC.
Yeah.
And after I've eaten,
Uh-huh.
that's when I'm just.
My routine is I get home, I turn on the AC, I shower, I eat, and then
Yeah,
it kicks
same,
in.
same.
It kicks
Warm
in.
from the shower, the food coma.
Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to eat after I do my homework.
No, because I'm hungry once I go home.
I know. Do you eat lunch?
I do. But usually I like share it with people.
Wow,
So-
generous
You
queen.
share your lunch?
Yeah, I always share my lunch.
Like the school lunch?
Yeah.
How do you share that?
Like I let people grab pieces of my food.
You're violating the rules of elementary school.
Oh,
No
oh
sharing
that's
food.
so true. My bad.
My bad. Yeah, how are you guys, Thomas, Mark?
It's honestly really tiring, like Kayla said. And one time one time I got home at like 4, and then I took a nap, and I woke up at 8, and just waking up and realizing I still had a ton of homework to do was the worst feeling ever. It was really bad.
Yeah. So usually Thomas or Mark come to my house after school. It's because sometimes Thomas doesn't have a ride, so he comes to my house, and then we eat, and then Thomas right after he eats, he's like, all right, I'm gonna go take a break.
Yeah.
So he goes and lays on the couch, and one day he fell asleep for like 3 hours from 4 all the way till 7:30 7:30 or 8, and he woke up. He was like, "Bruh, what time is it? Why didn't you wake me up?"
Yeah, because I said, if I fall asleep, can you guys please wake me up?
I was
You guys
about
did not
to
me up.
wake you up, but then I asked Gael, and then Gael said, "No, he said don't wake me
I
up."
thought you said not to wake you up, so we let you sleep for 3 hours.
No,
He
and
woke
then,
up
But you
late.
must have needed it. So
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
true.
Did you
I
finish your
did.
homework that day?
yeah, I did.
So
Or like what I could get done.
Oh,
I heard you felt terrible after though.
I did. I felt really bad.
do you guys
I mean,
not feel bad after naps or what?
there has never been a time where I woke up after a nap and I felt good about myself. Like, it's just
it's because like
Really?
naps happen when I don't expect this. I wake up
That's
like,
true.
yeah, like one time I was really, really tired. So I needed to. So I slept for like 1 hour. I put my timer on and I woke up, and you know when you're like tired that it hurts to blink?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. So like my eyes were like hurting. And I was like, oh fuck. Like I just need to power through.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then it's
that
hard to
was
focus
the
on your
worst
homework.
nap. Yeah.
'Cause you got to go from like sleeping to suddenly, writing an essay.
It was hard.
Ooh, every time I nap, I don't like naps because it just I don't feel any better. I wake up oily, dehydrated, sweaty,
But
dizzy.
But
My head
towards the
hurts.
end of the night, then you feel better. You feel more energized.
Yeah, that's
as,
true.
Yeah.
As if
Yeah.
you wouldn't have taken
After
a
Like
nap.
an hour
2 hours.
after the nap, I wake up, I
Exactly.
feel more
Yeah.
energized,
Me
or I feel more
too.
awake.
Me too. I try to only take 30-minute naps though. I set my timer for 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
30
I need at
minutes?
least an hour.
Yeah.
People say 30 minutes is the optimal time for
That's like a
naps.
My
power
max
nap.
nap's like
Yeah,
2 hours.
you're supposed to have a power nap.
2
My
hours.
max is 3.
Oh my god.
I always start my minimums too.
Oh,
Max, sorry.
his max is a full 8 hours.
Yeah.
Just a quick nap.
Just sleeping at this point.
Dude, I sleep at 10:30 every day. I'm pretty good with that schedule. Sleep 10:30, wake up at 6:50.
That sounds nice.
That does sound
Yeah,
nice.
I think I have plenty of time, honestly.
That's for me. It's like I sleep when I get home. I wake up, do homework, then sleep again.
yeah, me
Basically.
too.
I can't take naps though because usually I have work to do. I have to either edit a podcast video or a podcast or work on some stuff for it. So since I don't have enough time to do all of that plus weekend homework, I have to do it throughout the week. So I can't, I have to finish everything, which, is my next point. What do you guys think about weekend homework?
Hate it.
It's
I was
mean.
Like we already have school 5 days of the week. Why do
Yeah.
you need to add more to it? And I understand too, so that you can, enhance your skills or whatever. But I mean, weekend homework, we already have enough of that throughout the weekdays.
yeah,
So the weekend is just unnecessary
exactly.
for both the student and the teacher.
I remember, weekend homework was always like a problem. Like it always annoyed me, but I never got too mad at it until there was a time. I think it was like winter break, and you know how winter break is 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to those 2 precious weeks because God, I was in a terrible state. Like there was just homework and so much work, and I was just really looking forward to winter break, having a nice 2 weeks to myself, doing whatever I wanted. But no, because some teachers decided that winter break means an opportunity to do homework.
That's true.
So it was just super annoying because I just wanted to enjoy my break after working.
So hard. for
Yeah,
the
so
rest of the
hard.
year.
Yeah.
And like the weekends don't even count as breaks because I still got weekend homework.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I got really,
You
really
guys have
mad.
weekend homework right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I
Do
have
we?
an
Yeah, we
LEQ,
do.
Yeah.
Lang, dude.
An LEQ to write.
Is it a lot of AP Lang?
It's a good amount. It'll take at least like an hour or two.
Okay.
Talking
Per
about
usual.
Yeah.
talking about weekend homework, dude, that made me realize that I'm not looking forward for the weekend or this weekend.
I
Yeah.
just don't look forward to Sundays.
Mhm.
Is that when you
Oh.
do it?
Well, because I can't do it today. I mean, I can do it, but I'm going to be so tired.
I know.
when get
Yeah,
home.
I feel.
That's
you.
why I'm trying to do them like on Saturdays.
And then
now.
Saturday,
Uh-huh.
I'll try to do some, but usually I end up like doing like a little
Like
bit.
now on Saturdays, I do all my homework. Like I don't want to do it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually, like you said, Mark, sometimes I don't even look forward to weekends because I know it just means more homework than on a regular day, which, is kind of annoying. It does seem really unnecessary to me because, like you said, you have 5 days a week of homework, and then after that, they want to give you more. It just seems, is it as effective as teachers think it is? I think if they do it, they should limit it to an hour of homework, you know? Because it really does add up, especially when you're taking multiple AP classes. There could be 4 or 5 hours of weekend homework. And it sucks that this is happening because you realize that you don't really get to spend time just to relax, have like school kind of shut off for a bit, just relax, reduce your stress levels. And maybe that's why students are so stressed, because it's just constant homework. And even on the times that they're supposed to have some time to relax and kind of what's the word, you know, just wind down and
Take
sort
a
of
break.
like reset their stress levels.
I get you, yeah.
They can't do it because they're still stressed about it. And sometimes the assignments are confusing, which stresses people out because they don't know what to do. Maybe they don't have contact with the teacher, so they're like frantically messaging friends, you know, what do I do? How do I do it? So I don't think teachers should do that. I think it's ineffective. I think maybe that's why stress levels and depression levels are rising among teens. Seems like a bad idea.
But for us in particular, it's AP and honors classes, so maybe I was guessing it would justify it, weekend homework. But I think they should just make the classes harder in general on weekdays, so weekends just still shouldn't have homework.
Yeah, I don't know if I truly really think that's a proper excuse.
I mean,
I feel like the classes are already as hard as it is.
Yeah.
Like we don't need weekend homework to make it like harder.
But Isaac's point does make sense because we did sign up for these classes. Like regular classes, I'm taking a regular class right now, and like you don't have any stress from that class. You just come in, you just do the work.
You're
and you
right.
leave.
No
That's
stress at
so
all.
true.
It is.
Yeah, we just signed up for the harder classes.
The only
So
homework I
that's
get
what we
is
asked
AP
for.
laying.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
And God, what do you think? What do you think when teachers say, "Why are you guys so stressed? There's no need to be stressed."
Oh, that is.
Especially when the AP teachers say that,
That's dumb.
That's really dumb.
and they're the ones who give like the
They
weekend
should know,
homework and
yeah,
stuff.
because they're the one that's assigning the.
I think it really does have to do with their ego, and a lot of teachers take pride in the fact that their classes are hard, and it just doesn't make sense. You know, you should try to want people to learn, not just want people to fail your class. So you could be like, my class is really hard. The fact that your class is hard doesn't mean you're a good teacher. It just means you know how to assign a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on their motives too, right? Like preparing them for college, because college is really hard. The biology teacher, AP biology teacher, she from the start says that her class is really hard, like a college level, and that's only because she wants to prepare them for college. Because the major biology in college is really, really hard. So,
You think that justifies it? Because
I mean,
we're preparing for it, and that's the excuse every grade, every teacher says. We're preparing you for this. We're preparing you for that. And are you preparing them, or are you just burning them out until they get to college and you realize, you know, I don't want to do this anymore? I think a better way to do it is to build it up there. It gets increasingly harder, a little harder, but it's not. It goes from, you know, mediocre to suddenly college level in the sake of preparing you for it.
I mean, I don't think they do it with the intention of, let me burn them out.
Of course not, but that's what it causes.
Unintentionally.
Yeah, and unintentionally for sure. I don't think that's their.
yeah, like Mr. Smith, like I feel like he actually wants us to learn, but his assignments and like even like because he has to go all through all of that under a year, that's why he has to go in a rush or teach in a rush. Why it goes so fast paced.
Yeah, a lot of teachers have to rush through it because they don't have enough time to teach everything, which is why they assign so much homework, especially on the weekends. You know, I honestly was thinking of trying to sign a petition and put up a case against weekend homework and present it to our principal, but I couldn't find any research on it. So I think it's just going to have to boil down to a petition.
I'd sign.
Same.
I don't think I want to completely eliminate it, but I want to reduce it to maybe an hour total, maybe 2 at most.
According to like the average student, because obviously teachers know how to do it, so that's why they're like, oh, it's only an hour, but then it takes you like 3, and then I don't know, it's really annoying.
An hour in total or per class?
In total, not per class, because that would be, you know, it could easily be 4 hours of homework.
That means like each class would be like 20 minutes, 10 minutes of
Just
homework.
something to kind of, you know,
Like
you do
review,
something quick,
like, so you
review.
don't-
I feel like the only time I think like weekend homework is necessary is if we need to study for a test the next week.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's stupid.
But sometimes you can see how weekend homework is justifiable because, for example, for AP US History, we have the LEQ.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of us wouldn't have wanted to write it on a weekday when we have all this homework. So giving
That's
us the
true.
weekend gives us a lot more time to freely work on the LEQ.
And he gave us time before the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
it's not purely on the weekend. It was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
So I think in some cases, it's justifiable for the weekend.
Yeah, I think if it's strategically placed there to enhance your learning, not just keep you busy during the weekend, I think then it's I'm not against it. I'm just against it when teachers do it for the sake of having, they want you to have something to do, which I don't think it should be the main motive for it. It should be to learn.
Yeah. Do you think that's happening to you?
That teachers assign busy
Like, for
work?
example,
Yeah, that
your
was
AP
good.
Lane class?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of busy work. Does it help? I think it definitely helps,
Yeah.
but I just don't think it's worth the long-term consequences, the possible consequences and damage towards your mental health, especially now that a lot of students are struggling with it. I think it would be a bad idea to keep people busy and not give them any time to focus on their own interests, because you have to keep in mind other people have other interests. They might have hobbies, they might be competing, they might have other passions.
Yeah.
And if you're taking 3 or 4 AP classes, you barely have any time for that. Especially if it requires 2 or 3 hours of, having to drive somewhere, do your practice or whatever, and then coming back and doing homework. Because how much free time do you have after school?
It depends. On homework.
Depends on the homework,
Yeah,
right?
But usually it's a very little amount of time.
It's because I think teachers assign homework and justify their case with this should only take 3 hours if you fully focus. But it's hard to be 100% productive for an hour.
That's true. A lot of teachers say, if you weren't going to have the time, then why did you sign up for the class?
That's true. And that's also part on the student too. It's
Yeah.
not just the teacher. The student has to know what your hobbies are, what your interests are. And you have to take each class not for the sole reason of taking it, but how it ties into your bigger goal.
Yeah.
If your goal is to go to college and that's what you're focusing on, then I think it's fair to take a lot of AP classes and that's what you spend your time on. But if your goal is to become a dancer and you're taking 4 AP classes, I don't think that would be as good of an idea, because if your passion is to dance, I think you should take a few classes you enjoy and spend the rest of that time learning and developing your passion, which is dance.
Yeah, pursue your passion.
You think there's a priority on grades over mental health?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there is.
I think
Definitely.
only some students think like that.
What do you mean?
Because, I know that some students don't really care about their grades.
That's true.
There's some that care more than others, and then they prioritize everything for the grades.
I think it's because a lot know at one point like their mental health can recover.
That's
But
true.
for grades they can't.
That's a terrible mentality if
Really?
you think about it. Yeah, like
It's hard to bounce back from that.
it could be life threatening if you let it get thinking your mental health will recover. Don't prioritize it.
That,
From
little
homework?
That's crazy.
it's like a little saying. It's pain is temporary, but GPA is forever.
Oh my god.
That sounds like a gym bro thing.
It does.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's also a relevant issue in the workforce, that a lot of people in a lot of companies, Silicon Valley, those type of tech startups, and the whole entrepreneurship and just
Wait,
the
what's Silicon
workforce,
Valley?
the tech in the tech city, basically, where all the startups and
It's a city?
it's a city.
Oh,
I think it's in
that's
San
where-
Francisco, and it's just there's a lot of tech and new businesses that are opening there. It's kind of like the center of it.
Okay, yeah.
And the culture there, and in general, really around the workforce, is work comes first over anything. Prioritize work, even if it means you have to sacrifice some of your mental health. And I was reading this article. You know what Fiverr is?
No.
It's actually where the platform we use to make our jingle. It's where
yeah,
people can put up jobs and you could buy their skills for $5. So if you need someone to make you a song, you pay them $5 and they make you a song. If you need someone to help you with this, they do that. And they ran a marketing campaign that basically glorified overworking and overworking yourself, because that's what entrepreneurs do in a way. I forgot the exact wording of the ad, but it was based around overworking yourself.
And they glorified it.
It's glorifying.
So they
it.
agreed with it.
There's a big glorification problem among, the workforce that involves overworking yourself, and it's spreading towards school as well. With the prioritize grades over your mental health.
I mean, that makes sense if they're trying to glorify it, because it's gonna benefit them.
It is gonna benefit.
So
keep working.
Propaganda. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a big problem. And counselors, I don't know how effective they are. I think I saw somewhere the AP sign up sheet. How you have to sign up paperwork.
Yeah.
You have to, you can't drop it. You're agreeing that it would be more work than usual. And some districts even have a warning and have suicide hotlines and stuff. That it may cause more stress than usual. So, if it's causing so much stress and increase in suicide rates and stuff, then maybe there's a problem. I think that's pretty significant.
So, talking about counselors, there was an incident this week involving me and a counselor and a teacher. And okay, so basically, in one of my classes, we have this daily journal that we do every day. And one of the topics for the days were that like we're talking about like disappointment or like just like what are your struggles. And obviously like I don't really like sharing that much. And it wasn't like it wasn't something like too concerning, but I guess like I can see why what happened. So basically, my teacher, she read that I was basically overwhelmed with like balancing school, like in clubs, and basically how I feel like I'm sacrificing my mental health for it. And so like I guess so she read it and then she called my counselor, and then my counselor called me in, and then walking in, I was like, I thought it was like about my schedule, because like I had no idea like why she would call me in.
Yeah.
But as soon as I sat down and she was like, oh, one of your teachers were concerned about you, I was so confused because I didn't think I wrote anything too alarming. But so we sat down and then she talked to me, asking me like what's wrong and stuff. She was just comforting me and like making sure that I was okay and that like my stress levels weren't too high, and like I was fine. Like I wasn't crying or anything. Like I was getting emotional for sure. But once she asked like I know you do a lot of stuff for college, for your family, and you don't want to disappoint them, but I want to know what you do for yourself. And like as soon as like she asked me that, like I started crying because like I knew because I sat there in silence and I didn't know what to say, because there really wasn't anything I did for myself that I enjoyed. Like, I remember I used to be really into art. But because of, like, my schedules and, like, my classes, I didn't take art. And that was, like, junior year. And that was, like, too late. Because a part of me always wanted to go to an art school. A part of me always wanted to go to an art school, but I don't have a portfolio. I never worked on it. I don't know the basics of art or anything like that. I'm like, I don't know. It just feels like I'm putting myself through so much work and stress for something I don't even want for myself. And then she was just telling me, like, make sure to take time, take care of yourself. make sure that you have some time to relax and everything, but it's just like a little contradicting because how am I supposed to like, you know, get good grades, make sure I do all my work and get involved with school and clubs and still have time to take care of myself, because those 10 minutes for myself is literally like I don't have any time. But yeah, I just felt really stressed out because I don't know what I want to do after high school, and I know it's only the beginning of junior year. But I have no idea what I want to do, or if I want to go to college, what kind of college I want to go to, what I want to major in. I don't know anything about that. And it really stresses me out.
Do you think the counselors helped? Talking to them?
I didn't think it would at first, but like, I was just sharing that with her. It relieved a lot of my stress.
Yeah, I feel like you released something heavy off your chest when you did that. And that's why I feel happy for you, because you got to have something off your chest. This burden. Or I mean, I know it's not completely off. Like you still feel these pressure on you, but it's like the starting point, you know? You get me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the right question can release a lot of pressure. Inside pressure that you and doubt that you build on yourself, but you never express yourself. Someone really asked you it. It's like it's all finally released. It's sort of like if you avoid thinking about it, but then once you finally get asked it, you're forced to think about it, which, you know, might make you really emotional in the moment, but I think overall it's helpful to think about it. And, you know, college and stuff, I think the reason this year is so stressful is because you really have to think about that. And freshman and sophomore year, you could get away with not thinking about it and just saying, you know, I'll put it off for another time. But for now,
yeah,
I don't know. And you'd be surprised. It seems like everyone around you knows what they're doing, but a lot of the times they don't. The majority of people don't know what they're doing. A lot of people go to college still not knowing what they want to major in, and they just choose something and they figure it out along the way. There's even been teachers that have told us that they didn't even, you know, plan on becoming a teacher. They just came there accidentally, you know.
Yeah.
It's important to plan for these kind of things, and it's important to really think about your life goal. I think it's really hard to think about what you want to do with your life, of course. And I read this book that sort of helped me kind of know how to do it. I think the reason it's so hard for people to choose something is because they were never taught to write down their goals, you know, which is actually a pretty big thing in school. You know how we get those papers that's write down 3 goals, long-term goals, and they give you a long-term plan. And I think a lot of us are inclined to believe school and not believe in the things that they tell us because we think it's just junk and useless. But I was reading this book, and it was basically reinforcing the things they already tell us in school. It's just that students don't listen because they assume it's dumb and not important. And what I'm talking about is goal setting. One of the big things in life that's going to really help you know where you want to take your life is setting a goal for yourself, a very, very specific goal. And this goal is not going to take a day to come up with. It's not going to take a week. It might take months. It might even take a year or two. And it's a very long process of having this goal, because the more specific your goal is, the easier it will be to work towards it and eventually be successful at it. So if you enjoy, you could choose something that makes you happy. You know, if you enjoy helping people, you like helping people. How do you like helping them? Do you like helping them directly? Do you want to help a lot of people? You could say, I want to help people by spreading issues on mental health, specifically depression. That's a specific goal, and you could get even more specific with it. And the reason that helps is because it helps you plan out your life. If you know what you're working towards, you can make every decision with that goal in mind. So if you want to become a nurse, which is a very specific goal. You know, you have to complete this, you have to go to college, you have to go to med school, you have to do this certain degree to become a nurse, and eventually you will be a nurse. So if any of you are struggling with what you want to do in life and what direction you want to go and you don't know, take a moment to plan it out. Make a goal for yourself. The more specific your goal can be, the better, because it will give you a path and a path to follow when you don't know where to turn. And it's not going to be easy, but once you figure it out, you'll realize a huge burden is taken off your chest because you know exactly which direction you want to go, and that's how you find the direction in your life. And I think a lot of teenagers set a goal too late in life. But going back to you, Thomas, did that make you realize, did that change anything and make you want to do more for yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I just don't really know what to do because I don't know what I want to do.
You don't have any idea?
No.
Have you thought about it? Like seriously thought about it? Not just, glimpsed at it?
I mean, not all that much, no.
Well, it's good that you realize the now, because I hope now you start thinking about it, and I think that will take a lot of pressure off of you if you think about it and you realize what you want to do. Have any of you thought about it? Do any of you, have like a set plan of what you want to do?
I mean, I'm kind of in the same position as Thomas. Like, I completely understand what Thomas feels, or I'm in the same position, and that's because all my family members tell me to do one thing and all that, and I never really thought of what I want to do or what I enjoy because they're mostly taken by what my parents or my family expect of me. So I think that's the reason why other people don't really think of what they want to do or what they enjoy or like their own goals in life. And that's because it's just to please their family and all that. I found that what you said was interesting, the goal setting in school. Like when teachers ask you to set 3 goals, like what I do, like I just put goals that relate to school, like have a high GPA, have impress my parents, and go to college. And are those things that I really want to do? Yes, I want to do them, but are those things that's like my passion, right? Yeah. And I found that really interesting because that's me. Like I'm one of those people. I don't really take it seriously because it's just school.
Yeah.
Not a passion.
Yeah, same. I mean, I kind of know what I want to go into, but it's not like a certain profession. But I mean, my parents, they don't really, not to say they don't expect me to go to college, but I think they're kind of fine with either or. I mean, my mom has always told me like, as long as you're happy. Yeah. So it's kind of just up to me and what I want to do. And I do want to go for sure. At least I think so. Actually, I don't even know for sure, to be honest. But right now I'm just kind of going with it.
For me, it's more of I'm scared of failing. Like really
oh my God,
bad.
Me too.
And I feel like there's a lot of passions I like. And I always constantly think which one of these passions would make me the most successful.
For sure.
So you think about it in terms of success?
Yes.
Not happiness.
Well, they're all my passions that make me happy. But which one makes me...
You're scared of not being successful.
So like, what if one of the passions I really like just leads me to getting no money?
Yeah. And
for example, college. I feel like if I don't go to college, I'm failing at something. Because college is, one of those big stepping stones after high school. And I feel like if I'm pursuing rather my passion without college, it's like I
what
missed
if
a step.
like what if your passion without college doesn't work out and then you don't have a degree?
Yeah.
Then what would you do? That's a fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge pressure to go to college. A huge pressure to go to college. I get what you say, that you're scared of failing and not being successful. Another thing that's common in books, a lot of self-help books mention that success will not come to you if you purposely search and try to reach for success. Success will only come towards you when you worry about your own happiness and being the best in what you enjoy doing. And I believe that advice is true, but it's hard implementing it into my own mindset because I'm not necessarily scared of failing. I'm okay with being homeless, losing everything, and restarting over. I kind of expect that to happen at some point in my life. So I'm kind of mentally preparing for that because I know it will give me the chance to fight back and, you know, come back from that and hopefully make something out of it. The whole successful thing is, for the longest time, up until recently, one of my main goals is to be successful and to become wealthy. And that the reason I want to become wealthy is because one of my main goals has always been to be able to provide fully for my family and give them the best life they deserve. That is one of my main passions. And right alongside that is helping others. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave my contribution to the world. I want to contribute to people's lives. I want to help them. That's something that I, the past year or two, I've really started to develop and work towards that because I find that really valuable. Sometimes the whole college thing, going to that, it does make me think, do I need to go to college? I want to go to college personally because I enjoy learning and I want to pursue an education and become educated. I've always really valued that. But the reason I don't want to go is because I don't want to put myself into debt. I don't want to put myself in $100,000-$200,000 of debt because it just makes me, I don't know if it's worth it.
What about financial aid?
Even then, it's still really expensive.
Well, it depends where you go.
Depends where you go,
What if
yeah.
you had your money covered?
If I had my money covered, I would go for sure. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Why don't you apply for scholarships?
I will.
Join CSI.
And I'm also in a unique situation. I'm in a unique situation. So once I turn 18, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna move to either the UK or Canada. So I'll be there, hopefully getting some free college.
I say UK, not Canada.
Yeah, but I heard Canada has free college or something.
Really?
Or really
But
cheap
no,
college.
go to the UK.
Everything's
It
free in
looks
Canada.
more pretty.
Aesthetic. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Going trains with your coffee.
Dang, you're
Exactly.
going to UK. I'm going to Japan. We're out.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy, man.
As soon
I'm
as
gonna
I'm
be
18.
in a van with Thomas.
In a van traveling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, van life.
I was telling Mark how crazy it would be if after I turn 18, if I were to move and you guys were to all stay in college in the US, I would leave at 18 and then I wouldn't see you till you're 23 or 24.
Yeah. That'd be weird.
Sid, that's
Oh
something
my
I really
God.
want to do.
Lots of
I want to
growth
go like
between those
on a
years.
journey where I'm alone and I really reflect and improve on myself for a couple of years.
As soon as you said that, I imagine yourself in a robe, a mountain, and a beer.
Me
Japan,
too.
A little
mountain and
musty,
stuff.
but
But, like,
meditating.
But like
Uh-huh.
really, just
Yeah.
growing up.
I feel like you can do that like in Japan. Like going to Japan is a
I
really
think you
huge
can
possibility.
Do it anywhere, but just somewhere far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Japan has a big culture on just living life. Their tradition is to be happy. A big focus on working to in the workforce, but afterwards kind of like live your life to be happy, and
Yeah.
that would be your success. And that's the other thing I wanted to touch on is that the whole success thing. I do want to be successful, and sometimes I just think, what if I just do something I enjoy doing that I make enough money to sustain myself and my family comfortably. I may not be a millionaire or a billionaire or multimillionaire, but I have a nice home, a nice family. I could travel and I could just live my life doing my hobbies, doing what I enjoy, and that's it. But then I don't know if that would make me as happy as being able to help as many people as possible, which requires wealth and stuff.
I think it's because you just want to make the biggest contribution that you can in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the same way. Like with my life, I don't want to die not making a big contribution to the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I wonder. It's crazy that we will be 60 years old someday. Hopefully, that's the plan.
No.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine Isaac with a family?
A family,
Bro.
his
my
kids.
God.
We're 60, 70 years old. You know, like we did it. Our life is about to end.
I can't picture myself. I can't
It's
picture myself.
it's
at
such a
60.
crazy concept to me.
That is crazy.
That's weird.
Everybody has their own.
It's
family.
equally as scary to think
Yeah,
that we
it's
might not
picture.
make it
Mark,
at
where's your
60.
grandkid? Oh,
I
he's so
know.
cute.
I know. Like
What
I'll
if we
be
do,
I'll
like
be
a
wearing-
reunion and we all bring our families.
God.
Bro.
I'll be wearing a red sweater. I already
We
know
hand
the
them down
outfits
the
I'll be
podcast.
wearing.
What do we wear over there? Like hoodies?
A fanny pack.
No, but like I said, like what if we don't live that long? That's a scary
Yeah,
thought.
That's true.
That's
Anything
true.
can
Why are we
happen.
thinking so far ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow's not even guaranteed.
Exactly.
By 28 years old, one of us could be dead, and that'd be just so sad.
That'd be sad.
And you
not
never
really
know what
sad.
could happen with the world.
It
That's
yeah.
true.
It
The
just
world.
it teaches you to live with joy and live being happy because you never know what might happen. I was reading Michelle Obama's book, and she talked about this friend that taught her to always live joyfully. She would go on adventures with her mom. She traveled the world, and she got cancer at 28 years old or 26 years old, and she died. And her mom died as well. She also got cancer, which was such a bad coincidence. And she says in the book that she really learned what it means to live with joy because you never know when it might end. And that's really sad to me.
That is. A lot of people take all these hits to their mental health because they feel like they're working towards that happiness.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you never get to that end?
Yeah. You have to, exactly. You might
That's right.
never
You just
reach
have
the
to-
happiness
You just have
seek.
to start at the end, basically.
Live every day,
Oh.
being as happy as possible. Don't be a mad person. Don't be that sounds so bad, actually. Don't be a sad person. Like, don't be sad. It's just, but no, I just mean, try your best to appreciate what you have and try to best to live joyfully because you never know when it's going to end. As Thomas was saying, talking to a counselor and someone in general can really just help you out and make you realize a lot of emotions and release a lot of emotions you didn't even know you were holding in, which brings up our sponsor for today's episode, which is Talkspace. And 2 weeks ago in the gun control and stuff episode, they were also our sponsor, and they're back because I think they're the perfect sponsor for this podcast in general. They're an online therapy website, and since the school is starting and it comes with a lot of stress that we're finally starting to feel the stress of junior year, Talkspace could really, really help because face-to-face therapy can cost a lot of money, and a whole month of Talkspace is actually the same or near the same price as just one session per week, which means it's a huge deal. I've personally tried online therapy before. I really liked it. Thomas, you said you tried it too, right?
Yeah. I talk to my counselor like whenever I have something on my mind.
Mm-hmm. Have any of you tried it?
A little bit.
No, I haven't.
No.
Not enough. Yeah, but Thomas and I tried it, and I think I use it the most. It's really helpful. I really like just talking to them, just having someone to tell your problems to, and someone that you don't know personally is kind of weird at first, but once you get used to it, you realize how much stress and how much it helps get things off your mind, which is why I really recommend it, honestly.
Yeah, because a big problem for me about traditional face-to-face therapy was trying to get there because I can't drive and my parents are always working, and obviously it's not walking distance, and if I Ubered, that would just build up and cost a lot of additional money.
Yeah.
So online therapy is a very good alternative.
It allows you to do it from the comfort of your home.
That's true. I really enjoyed that. I could do it anywhere
And sometimes you're just so bummed out, you don't have the energy to go to face-to-face therapy.
and give the effort to actually talk. You could
Yeah,
just
it's
say
more
it out.
convenient.
I'd say so. There's a lot of benefits and there's some cons as well, but I really do think it might help some of you guys. So if this sounds interesting to you, and I hope it does, you could go to Talkspace.com/student, and you could use our promo code Teenage Therapy, all one word, Teenage Therapy, to get your first week free. And it does help support the show. So if you're interested, again, go to Talkspace.com/student and use code Teenage Therapy. I think it would be really helpful. And you think there's a stigma around therapy,
Yes.
Yeah, I think there is.
like around going to therapy?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the older generations.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're not, accustomed to therapy, and I think they feel like therapy is considered to be weak.
for people who are crazy, sort
Yeah,
of, with an
yeah.
illness.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've said in previous episodes I want to go to therapy, and I still do, but it's so expensive. I can't afford it. It's crazy expensive. Although I wish I could. What was I gonna say? Another dilemma we had that's a little unrelated to the school topic, but also kind of related to the general topic, is using the word teenager therapy on our merch. You know, we were talking about that. You know, if we were to release a hoodie or a shirt or something that has the words teenage therapy on it, how people would feel wearing that and seeing that.
Like if there would be a negative stigma with the
Yeah.
words teenager therapy.
And if it would feel like just putting the word depression on a shirt. I don't think it's as serious as putting a mental illness to make money off of, because I did see, you know, Urban Outfitters had a shirt that just said depression all over
Yeah,
it.
I've seen that.
And their argument was that it was a brand. The brand name was depression, which that just seems dumb to me, because that just seems stupid. But in terms of teenage therapy, because it is our podcast name and it's not a mental illness, it's a service. So how would you feel? What do you think of it?
I mean, I wouldn't mind wearing it.
I think it's fine.
It might even be helpful because it would help destigmatize the word therapy, which is often seen as bad. But that's something that we wanted to ask you guys. So please DM us at teenager_therapy on Instagram. Give us your input on that, because it's something that we're kind of debating if it's appropriate to use the word teenage therapy. So just let us know what you think. Is it inappropriate? Is it right? Is it right to use? Is it wrong to use? That would really help.
And this is for you guys. And you want to make something that you guys would want to wear.
That's true. Anyways, I want to move on to something a little lighter, so you don't end on such a heavy note. So homecoming is coming up next month.
Yep.
Wow.
September
21st.
That's near my birthday.
Whoa, I can't believe
Saturday.
it. Freshman
Wait,
year, I was
that's your
I'll
birthday,
wait till
Mark?
junior,
No, it's near my
senior
birthday.
year.
Oh.
Wait, September
22nd.
4th.
Yeah.
24th.
24th.
Damn it. Okay, cool.
Close.
Wait, so are you guys going?
I'm pretty sure I am.
Really?
I
Yeah.
am too.
Whoa.
I don't know. Something clicked inside of me. Like, I really want to go. I think it'd be fun. Like, it's kind of just like playing dress up, you know?
I guess
It's already
so.
junior. Have like no more excuses to be like, I'll go later.
That's
Exactly. And I was
Whoa.
thinking, like, I'm gonna be senior. I'm just like, damn, I should
How
have
much
gone
it
junior year
cost,
too.
It's pretty. I don't know.
How much is it?
talked about it.
I don't remember the prices.
$40.
Did we talk about this in the last episode?
No.
No. We talked about it in just out of the podcast, I think.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
If
Whatever.
the ticket's really expensive, then I'll think about it a little bit longer.
Yeah. I
But
think it's like 30, if I remember
30
correctly.
isn't like too bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
After going to the back to school dance, that's when I decided that I wanted
Bruh.
to go to the homecoming. No, for real though, because it was fun. I didn't think it was gonna be fun. It's back to school dance, but it was fun. And then if I think that the homecoming would not be fun, then I'm probably lying to myself.
Yeah, I went.
It's fun if you make it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to I went to homecoming once in freshman year, and I didn't go last year just because like no one else was going, except like I don't know. It was just with like a weird group of people. Not a weird group of people. It's just that I don't talk to that group of people, so I would have felt really like excluded. So that's why I didn't go. But this year and senior year, obviously, I'm gonna go.
I went freshman year. I went with Thomas, and it was expensive. I just remember it being expensive, and it wasn't as special or fancy as I imagined it to be. Maybe it's because of the movies. I expected there to be like some food, considering how
Yeah.
expensive it was.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna have some food options, maybe some punch or something, some light
Refreshments.
snacks, refreshments. But no, they had cold pizza and water.
For free, or were they?
No,
selling?
it was $1 for half a slice of a pizza.
Why? We're paying for the $30.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, homecoming, right?
Yeah,
How?
I even did the math. If they charge $30
Oh my
per
God.
person, and let's say how many people, like 150 people go, that would be $4,500. And the
Jeez.
decorations, most of them are already bought. So let's say you put $500 towards catering. That's already enough.
Oh my
Damn, you're exploiting it.
Yeah, no, I just want to know how the budget is handled.
I
Because
mean,
think that could
because
be a better experience.
A lot of
for
it goes
kids.
towards like I think the DJ and
that's true.
and Peg like Entertainment, which is the company that sets the equipment and like the decorations and
But I
stuff.
mean, even then, I think there's a significant
yeah,
profit.
Yeah.
definitely like still a pretty questionable amount of money to pay.
But I'm
But-
surprised that at such like an event like homecoming,
Yeah,
it would be pizza and water.
yeah.
I mean,
no, it was
okay,
sad.
the
I'm
freshmen
sorry.
did the best they could.
Can someone like volunteer to cater or
Dude.
anything like that?
Honestly, I would be fine with paying like
I
$5 more
mean-
just to cater. I swear.
yeah.
I mean, it's
right?
because a lot of people eat beforehand, anyways.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
oh shoot, we gotta. Oh.
like everyone eats before.
Oh, I can't wait for
beforehand.
homecoming.
It'd be a cool thought though. Honestly, it's just I don't know. It just left me with a sour taste in my mouth. I really. It
how
was
did it make
really
you
worth
feel?
like $10.
How did it make you feel?
It just made me feel very just like I paid $30 for this.
Oh.
It felt like a $10 event.
A ripoff.
A rip. It felt like huge.
Not
Like I'm
worth it.
sorry, everyone who worked on it. I'm sure you're great, but it just felt like a huge rip off. I was like, our 8th grade dance, end of the school year dance, which was $15,
so good.
was I'm not even joking, 100 times better.
It was like,
amazing.
yeah. Oh, wasn't it like $10?
Yeah, it was $10, and they had
And I thought it was
food, they had
expensive.
music.
Yeah, like
Wait, tell me
the-
about
$10?
it. Tell me about it.
No,
'cause
in
I
8th
was
grade-
like-
amazing.
In our 8th grade final dance, the black and white dance as they called it.
Yeah.
We dressed up all fancy. It was $10.
Wow.
They had dessert. They had a main course, and I think they had appetizers.
Wait, where was it
There was
at?
like pasta.
They
It was
had
at our school.
pasta.
At
It
a
was at our
school.
school.
Where
At
was
our
Yeah, middle
school.
In the
Yeah.
gym.
Where
They
was
had
it? Oh,
Wait,
so-
was it in the gym?
No.
The
It was in the cafeteria.
Oh, so there was tables and
Yeah, 'cause our
no.
cafeteria-
The tables were outside, but in the
They took them
cafeteria
off.
was just the
So
room.
how did they cater? Or
It was outside.
Oh,
It was
you
I
want
had
to eat,
tables.
You go outside. And
that is so.
Yeah.
That
cool.
cafeteria was so gross during the dances.
But let's
Oh my
not
god,
focus
the walls
on
would
that.
be sweaty. The floor would be wet. Oh
Let's
my
not focus.
god.
It just made the whole what we're gonna experience when you turn 21 and go to a club. But
Yeah,
still, the
that's
food, there was pasta, there was cake, there was punch.
That
Like
sounds good.
the sort.
It
No,
was
it was
good.
good.
Why-
Like, it generally
wait,
was
and
good.
this is middle school.
It was middle. It
So
was
why is high
$10.
school-
$10,
And it was $10, and it seriously made me realize how bad of a ripoff Homecoming was. And I was like, you know, what's going on here? Are we that desperate for money that we can't allocate $200? You know, yeah, like we should. I just think the students deserve a better experience, especially since you know it's some
And I
people's
think a lot of
first.
people would go to homecoming
think
if they
so.
knew like they were gonna get such good food, because like you guys said, people eat beforehand. But I think part
That's
of the big
no
experience
excuse.
of homecoming is like eating with your friends.
Yeah,
it
you
adds
know?
to it so much.
When you party, you know, you're dancing, and then you go eat. I think that really just adds to it.
yeah,
That's surprising because
It's really
homecoming is such a big thing.
Yeah, I thought it was a big deal.
In U.S. high school
Culture.
culture. I was gonna say that. High
Yeah.
school culture. So
sorry if your school has really good homecoming. Like
Yeah,
our experience.
must be nice. I think the more, if people knew, I don't know. I just think it could be better, but plus you still have to. Girls have to buy their dress. Like it's even more expensive
I
for
was
you, right?
literally, I was,
Kayla, how much does that cost?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, so the ticket's gonna be expensive. I still need to go dress shopping, get shoes, do my nails, do my hair.
Yeah, your eyebrows.
but you're probably gonna feel all
Yeah.
good after that.
My mom,
course I
wait,
am.
wait,
But I'm not gonna
Kayla.
feel good
Yeah.
looking at my
After paying all
wallet.
that-
Kayla, my mom can do your nails. Don't worry about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hey,
I'm
that's
pretty,
true.
I'm pretty sure my mom can just do your nails.
That's
for you.
so sweet. That'd be, oh my god, that'd be the greatest. Oh my
Vietnamese
God,
moms.
it's so sweet.
Vietnamese things.
But yeah, I was thinking that.
Oh, yeah, but that's why do you have to buy a new dress? Can't you just use the one last year? It seems like every year they have to buy a new dress. I never understood
Yeah,
that.
why is that?
Like what's happening here?
I don't know.
Cause they like to switch it up for like homecoming. Like,
Oh.
like
Exactly.
they
How
want
much
it
does
to be
cost?
special.
Dresses,
Mm-hmm.
like minimum is like 40.
Oh my god.
Maybe-
I thought it was 100.
Maybe that's prom.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
like
alright.
30 if you're lucky, but
I mean, that's
feel
still that's still
But
a lot.
$60, let's say another 15 for a haircut,
Yeah.
I'm not cutting my hair.
another 10 for, or how much do nails cost? I'm sorry, like 20.
Like, yeah, 20.
Wow,
Damn, just
that's nearly $100.
just for water,
Think
cold
about
water,
I'll
and
do
cold
my own.
pizza.
No.
Like, what could we if we gathered up $100 each $500 in total. Where could we go and throw our own freaking event at that point?
But it's not the same.
I know it's not the same. I don't know. It's really the only reason if I do go is if I have enough money that, I don't have to worry about it, or if enough people go that it just makes me feel sad and missing out. Peer pressure.
Yeah, everyone's going.
So
Are
it's
you
like,
going, Isaac? Or do you want to go?
I might just go senior year.
I really don't want to go, honestly, but if everyone's going,
Wait,
I know
why
I'm just going
don't-
to feel
why don't you
lonely.
wanna go?
This is expensive.
Yeah, that's really the only thing that's
Like
holding me
really
back.
like 30 or 40 that hurts.
Like, dude, let's
That
just...
is-
Yeah.
But I mean, don't you already have the clothes for it?
Yeah, button up and stuff. But still $30 for it. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I get you. Well, we'll see.
We'll see what we do.
Watch only Thomas and Mark go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That'll be fun for you guys.
No, but Thomas, now that you said, like, if your mom can do my nails, that'd be amazing. Like, truly.
Yeah, I can just ask her. And she can probably just do it.
Yeah,
That'd be
wait.
so amazing. What?
Oh,
Do you want to do
no.
Nothing wrong
No,
with
like,
that.
let's say, what am I trying to say? Do you even have to go to homecoming to, like, get Thomas's moms to do your nails?
Well, I mean, I don't have to. Wait, what?
No,
Oh,
because
you're
can't
saying,
you
like,
just do it right
I'm
now?
giving all this extra effort?
No,
just for
like, can't you
homecoming?
just do it right now?
Yes, she can.
I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to.
Why?
I don't know. I'd rather just save it
Yeah.
until homecoming.
And let's not exploit my mom, please.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Damn, B.
Yeah.
Unpaid labor. Are you going to prom?
Oh, that's questionable.
No.
That's questionable.
Prom is $100
Oh.
That's true. Oh, that's a lot.
No,
for
wait,
a
actually-
ticket.
Well,
It's
it's like 70.
I might.
Oh.
I might
It ranges
only
from
go-
like 60 to 80, I think.
Okay.
Kayla, this is your one chance in life.
No, we got
Yeah,
next year.
that's-
I'd rather just go to
No, I mean like for
homecoming.
senior year.
Oh, yeah,
And
I'm gonna say a
okay,
year.
and let's also take into consideration
Oh,
that
the venue.
the venue and our prom is a lot cheaper than other schools.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah,
schools
we
pay a
understand.
lot for it.
And are they just as good or what?
No, they're better.
Damn.
But it's still, I get why. Prom is really expensive.
Yeah, but I'm planning it, so
Ooh,
shoot.
So that
you
just
might make
means
prom good then.
That'd be my incentive to go.
no.
But I only wanna go one
no.
year.
Now that you
Why-
mentioned,
I want to make it special.
Oh, that's-
Yeah, I just want
And like, if I don't have a boo,
But what if you're missing out?
Stop.
like, I get, like, it's just gonna be like a dance with friends. It won't be like special,
Yeah, it's the same thing with homecoming. Like, my friends are telling me, like, yeah, like, I don't really have a date. And I'm just like,
Like, just
made
let's
me
just go
reflect.
dance. Reflect.
But, I mean, either way, it's still going to be fun with friends.
Yeah, it will be. I'll just do it to vlog.
bruh.
The
Bruh.
footage.
The footage.
That's good content.
Wait.
Good content. You won't believe what they served at prom.
Little Caesar.
That was it was Costco actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It is bad.
Maybe when it's cold.
Okay, but better than Little Caesars.
No, I wouldn't say that. Costco pizza reminds me of cardboard. Just
Like the ice cream?
no.
Wow. Oh, damn.
I
Dude,
went there.
yeah, we tried Halo Top today. Like healthy ice cream or sort of. It was okay.
It was good.
It was good. Not the best, but not the
I wish we
liked
picked
it.
like better flavors.
Maybe it was just
I
our
feel
own.
like
Maybe it's the
even
wrong
the other
flavors.
flavors would have.
Because
Thomas,
our waffles was good.
We tried
We,
waffle and syrup
or maybe
flavor.
maybe we just got lucky and chose like a good flavor.
Yeah, they're probably really confused as to what we're talking about.
Watch the video.
You watch the
Yeah.
video and you'll know. All right, you guys won't know if you're lost. Go watch the video.
Watch the
Teenage
video
Therapy.
on your YouTube channel.
Anyways, that's cool. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you
Thank
Talkspace
you.
for sponsoring this episode. Honestly, everyone that supports us and doesn't get mad because of a minute of ads, that's means a lot to us and to our Patreons. Thank you to our Patreons that you guys help a lot. The sponsors help a lot, and I can't wait. So we're making enough money that we could give back to you guys and help you guys. That's one of our biggest goals with this podcast is to help you guys in the same way you guys help us. So thank you for listening. If you want to help us grow, you could tell a friend about it, or you could leave a review on Apple Podcasts. What else is there? Follow us on Instagram @teenager_therapy. All right. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.